Welcome to Board's U.S. Economic Outlook for April. My name is Natalie Gallagher. I am Principal Economist here at Board. We lead up our economic research, and today I'm going to walk you through the latest consumer sentiment numbers and how they will inform the next 12 to 18 months of spending in the U.S. economy. Now, consumer sentiment significantly deteriorated in April, falling to 50.8, which is actually the second lowest reading throughout the history of the data set, second only to a reading that we got during the pandemic, which was a little bit closer to 50. And this marks the fourth consecutive month of falling consumer sentiment and reflected a pervasive drop across all demographics. So that is by age, income, education, region, even by political affiliation, which really highlights the widespread nature of current economic pessimism in the United States. In conjunction with deteriorating sentiment, we also saw inflation expectations surge to their highest level since 1981, which was a period marked by double-digit inflation and general economic instability. Now, consumer sentiment numbers for the preliminary release were conducted between March 25th and April 8th, meaning that they were sort of the perfect or ideal time range to really capture how households were feeling about the ongoing trade negotiations and sort of escalation of the trade war. These policies overall have really exacerbated fears of prolonged inflationary pressure as well as economic stagnation. So I'm showing you the expected inflation over the next 12 months, but if I also showed you the expected inflation over the next 5 years, you would see a very similar spike, meaning that consumers, households are not just expecting this to be a short-term issue, but a much more prolonged issue for the US economy. Unemployment expectations also rose sharply for the fifth consecutive month, reaching levels not seen actually since the Great Recession. Now, historically, concerns of this magnitude have driven precautionary savings behavior from households, meaning that they've really pulled back amidst sort of this labor market uncertainty. Together, these factors, so deteriorating sentiment, surging inflation expectations, and rising unemployment fears, underscore the heightened economic uncertainty that's really weighing on consumers right now. This uncertainty is not only likely to shape spending patterns, but also amplify cautious financial behaviors that ripple through the broader economy to a multitude of magnitudes. Now, while inflation expectations traditionally stimulate spending on durable goods like electronics and vehicles, and that's because if a consumer is planning to buy an item anyways, and they expect prices to be higher in 90 days from now, say, they may say, hey, I'm actually going to move up that purchase because I'm going to buy it today at a lower price. Now, it's unlikely that this is going to take effect this time around because it's anticipated that will be significantly muted by the elevated unemployment fears, which ties up quite a lot of uncertainty around income trajectories. Now, the combination, again, of deteriorating sentiment, surging inflation, and rising unemployment expectations, they actually suggest a shift towards a much more defensive consumer, a consumer that's going to focus more on necessities and value-based purchases in this environment. In this uncertain environment, it's not just uncertain for us as economists, right? It's also very uncertain for the consumer, for the businesses as well, marked by trade tensions and political instability, I should say policy instability. Businesses that can effectively communicate their value proposition and respond to a much more uncertain and cost-conscious customer are going to be much better positioned than their peers to really take advantage of the opportunity that's presented to them to maximize growth and minimize risk given the economic trajectory that they are now experiencing. Now, this is a lot of information that is at your disposal, a lot of economic data, and of course, every industry, every business is going to respond a little bit different to the economic trajectory. So if you would like to learn how Board can help you navigate these challenges or implement external drivers into your underlying forecast, then visit board.com and reach out for a demo. With that, I just want to say thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it, and I will see you next month.